Hello, welcome back to Group 16. A long session is going on. This is lecture 9 about sulfurous acid and sulfuric acid we are going to discuss, right? What is sulfurous acid? How it is prepared? It's very simple. As we were discussing SO2 plus water, H2SO3. So the properties of SO2 are going to be repeated here. Sulfurous acid, how it reacts with others and all. First, it is having an oxidation state of plus 4 as we were discussing earlier. Intermediate oxidation state is a reducing agent as well as an oxidizing agent. Here it reduces as well as oxidizes. First we will see some reducing reactions. Potassium permanganate KMnO4 is reduced to Mn plus 2. Potassium dichromate K2Cr2O7 reduced to Cr plus 3. Orange color to green color. Fe plus 3 ferric reduced to Fe plus 2 ferrous. Hg plus mercurous reduced to mercury. Hg 0 oxidation state. These same reactions we were discussing in SO2. SO2, SO3 both are same. Sorry, SO2 and H2SO3 both are same because H2SO3 is formed on addition of water. So the same reactions you can see there. These are all reducing reactions. Okay, now so it is functioning like a reducing agent and these reactions are taking place. We'll see some oxidation reactions about H2SO3, how it is oxidizes some other compounds. Carbon is oxidized to carbon dioxide. Iodine is oxidized to I2O5. Phosphorus is oxidized to P2O5, phosphorus pentoxide. Sulfur is formed from H2S. So these are the oxidation reactions you can say. In all these reactions it is functioning like oxidizing agent. OA, oxidizing agent it is functioning. It is also a bleaching agent. Bleaching agent like SO2, again same because of the H. Okay, H2SO3 reacts with water to form H2SO4. You can say a reaction like this, H2SO4 with a liberation of 2 hydrogens. Because of the hydrogens you can say it is definitely a bleaching agent because of reduction. Same reactions we were discussing in H2SO3. H2SO3 one very special property is at room temperature H2SO3 is in equilibrium with SO2 and water. That's why all properties are same. Room temperature SO2 and H2SO3 both will be in equilibrium. This is one special property about H2SO3. Then we'll move to the most important acid in chemistry, that is sulfuric acid. One wonderful acid, so many properties, so many methods of preparation, and every line is important in the methods of preparation and all. Sulfuric acid, H2SO4, known as king of chemicals and also known as oil of vitriol. King of chemicals, or you say oil of vitriol. So some vitriols I will tell you. Zinc sulfate is white vitriol. Copper sulfate is blue vitriol. Iron sulfate with 7 water molecules is green vitriol. No confusion, just for your idea, just for a revision type of thing I mentioned this. H2SO4, how it is prepared. Sulfuric acid preparation is done by lead chambers process. Okay, so we are discussing about H2SO4, so I am writing here H2SO4 because coming few minutes only H2SO4. Lead chambers method. Okay, lead chambers method is generally applied SO2 when treated with oxygen as well as water. H2SO4 is formed. And the specialty is the catalyst is NO. Nitric oxide is the catalyst in Late-Chalmers process. SO2 plus O2 plus H2O in the presence of H2SO4 can be obtained. I am saying the basic formula, basic rule, but contact process is again important for you. In contact process also you can prepare. In contact process, first what we do is we will take iron pyrites, you say, on burning you will be getting sulfur dioxide. Otherwise you can take sulfur also, sulfur to sulfur dioxide you can say. Sulfur to sulfur dioxide or iron pyrites are heated with burning on combustion you say, that will be roasting type, you will be getting the sulfur dioxide. Sulfur dioxide to sulfur trioxide is very interesting method, interesting step. We were discussing just in the earlier class also. SO2 plus half O2 giving SO3, delta H is equals to negative, as I said earlier. It is going to be exothermic reaction, volumes are decreasing, so pressure is high required. Temperature should be low, but very low temperatures will not yield much, so optimum temperatures are to be maintained. Here we use the catalyst vanadium pentoxide or platinum are used. This is your question. Okay, now generally you will be getting questions like this. In contact process, what is the catalyst? When sulfur trioxide is formed, it is treated with H2SO4, sulfuric acid to form H2S2O7. H2S2O7 is oleum. Then last step, the oleum is converted to H2S2O7, whatever the oleum you got, that is treated with water to get sulfuric acid. So there are 4 steps in contact process. First step is sulfides, iron pyrites you say, from them you are getting sulfur dioxide. Second step is sulfur dioxide to sulfur trioxide, vanadium pentoxide, platinum is the important point in contact process. In Late-Chalmers process the catalyst is don't confuse. Okay, generally students confuse in these two, that's why. Then next step is sulfur trioxide is treated with H2SO4 to form H2S2O7. Sulfuric acid, when it is added it forms oleum, then oleum you are getting the sulfuric acid. Okay, now so this is a question here, why directly water is not added. Okay, so generally you will be getting sulfuric acid in different form. From that, getting liquid sulfuric acid is a very tough job. This is like ice type of sulfuric acid is formed. From that you can't get it again back. So generally we are not going to add direct water. We will be converting that into oleum. Then oleum is converted into sulfuric acid. That is one very important point. Sulfuric acid will be having hydrogen bond. Okay, now sulfuric acid is highly viscous, very strong dehydrating agent when it falls on your skin. Okay, we must be very careful on diluting also. Sulfuric acid, when you are diluting, you should not add water to sulfuric acid. Sulfuric acid must be added drop wise to a big container. Okay, now so for example, if you are having a big container with water, add drop wise sulfuric acid. Okay, now and constant stirring should be there so that it will be added properly here. But if you are doing reverse, sulfuric acid you are taking here, and if you are adding water, that is highly exothermic. So don't do that one. It will come onto your face. Okay, once happened to me also, but very few drops. Okay, so sulfuric acid must be, okay, when you learn practically you will remember it for a long time. Okay, that happened to me when I was working in my native place college. Okay, fine. We learn from every moment of life. So H2SO4 properties. Okay, very important properties are there. See, on heating H2SO4, what all the reactions are possible? When you are heating, it forms sulfur trioxide, as you are getting, plus water. First property on heating. Second property, when you are using any metal, okay, on metals if you are using, then it is going to convert into SO2 and O2. It all depends on the nature of the metal that you are using. If you are using the metal with high electronegativity, okay, otherwise you say in simple terms you say, if sulfuric acid you are using with E0 value, if E naught value is negative, like zinc, magnesium, these kind of metals, when you are using, the standard reduction potential is negative. In all these cases, sulfuric acid reacts with them and releases hydrogen gas. Example, zinc plus H2SO4. Zinc sulfate plus hydrogen gas is coming out. If the E naught value is negative, means standard reduction potential is negative, means they are above hydrogen in the electrochemical series. If they are below hydrogen in the electrochemical series, then instead of hydrogen, their SO2 gas will come. The best examples are copper, silver, mercury. These you can take. When sulfur dioxide, H2SO4 reacts with them, you'll be getting their sulfur dioxide, because their E naught value is going to be positive. That means in electrochemical series they are below hydrogen. That's why you'll be getting their SO2. Remember, if electrochemical series they are above hydrogen, E naught value negative, SRP negative, hydrogen gas. SRP value positive, that is going to be SO2 gas. Remember, this is one very important point. Then H2SO4 with the sulfur, highest oxidation state +6. So very good oxidizing agent. Okay, now it oxidizes. A list is there. So slowly you see how it is changing. What are the oxidation state changes? I will give you one by one. See, it oxidizes HCl to Cl2, HBr to Br2, Hi to I2. Oxidation state in all these cases from -1 to all these cases it is 0. So oxidation. H2S is oxidized to sulfur. Carbon monoxide is oxidized to carbon dioxide. Benzene is also oxidized, but naphthalene is very good example. You see, naphthalene is oxidized to phthalic acid. Oxidizing reactions we are discussing. These are few oxidation reactions. We'll discuss few more. It will be oxidizing carbon to carbon dioxide, phosphorus to, in aqueous solutions, H3PO4, and sulfur to sulfur dioxide. You can expect. These are general things. And when it reacts with H2O2, it will be forming H2SO5, Carros acid, peroxymonosulfuric acid. So these are all again oxidizing reactions, you can say. But here hydrogen peroxide is oxidizing H2SO4. It is becoming like H2SO5. H2SO4 is very good dehydrating agent. Dehydration reactions are also very important. You study in organic compounds, dehydration reactions. So in dehydration, what type of compounds are very important? HCOOH, formic acid to CO and H2O, very special reaction. H2C2O4, oxalic acid, carbon monoxide, carbon dioxide and water, very special. And glucose to carbon plus water. Even sucrose also same thing. Sucrose, carbon plus water. All this. And some special reactions are there about all ethyl alcohol. I think you remember ethyl alcohol special reactions. I just take 2 minutes for that. C2H5OH, if you are using concentrated sulfuric acid at 170 degrees Celsius, CH2 double bond CH2 ethylene is formed. At 140 degrees Celsius, diethyl ether is formed. C2H5 OC2H5. Okay, ether. And if you are using 110 degrees Celsius, then it forms C2H5 HSO4, ethyl hydrogen sulfate. Very special reactions you can remember. So it's a very good dehydrating agent. But P2O5 is a very superb dehydrating agent. When it reacts with P2O5, P2O5 is the superb one. It is going to dehydrate H2SO4 TSO3. Okay. So P2O5 इसका बाप निकला. Okay, now it is only a very good dehydrating agent, means P2O5 is dehydrating even sulfuric acid to sulfur trioxide. Okay, so that's a shocking reaction. P2O5 is stronger dehydrating agent than H2SO4. So these are all important lines about sulfuric acid as well as sulfurous acid. Meet you in lecture number 10 with ozone. Thank you.